With youth leading the press conference, community leaders and partners proudly announced the relaunch of the Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games.
Today is more than just a day on the calendar. Today is a moment we have been waiting for. As youth, we stand here together to share something deeply meaningful, something that speaks to who we are, where we come from, and where we are going. This is something we didn't know we needed, but something we have always deserved.
For generations, our voices, our talents, and our potential have been growing, waiting for a space to be seen, to be celebrated, and to be honored. Today, that space arrives. We are excited by the possibilities ahead. We are nervous about the unknown. But above all, we are grateful for the opportunity, the journey, and the future this moment represents.
This is about more than games. It's about unity, it's about pride, it's about Indigenous youth coming together to celebrate strength, culture, resilience, and community.
So today, with full hearts and hopeful eyes, we invite you to share in this moment with us. Please put your hands together as we proudly present the
2026 Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games.
The Manitoba Aboriginal Sport and Recreation Council have partnered with the host communities of Saugeen Anishinaabe Nation and Norway House Cree Nation to bring the Games to life.
So the Manitoba Aboriginal Sport Recreation Council is the provincial territorial Aboriginal sports body for the province of Manitoba. So we're the equivalent of Sport Manitoba, but for Indigenous communities. We act as the bridge between existing partners in the sport and recreation delivery system and Indigenous nations in Manitoba. The MASRC is happy to work with Saugeen and Norway House to ensure the 2026 Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games are a meaningful and successful experience for everyone involved. We deeply appreciate the supporters and individuals who stand here today with us and for the genuine care they show for the Indigenous youth as they grow and thrive through sport. We look forward to moving ahead in a way that reflects a shared respect, collaboration, and a common purpose. We support Indigenous youth and provide them with a safe, enriching, and well-resourced opportunity in sport and recreation, and we hope that that continues to guide their every decision they make. Their aspirations, well-beings, and potential as young athletes are central to our work. Sport plays an important role in building confidence, leadership skills, community connection, and pride. It creates a space where young people can challenge themselves, discover new abilities, and create their identity. We encourage Indigenous youth from every community to get involved, take part, and embrace the strength that sport can reveal as competitors, teammates, and emerging leaders. The Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games offer a chance to grow, to represent your community with pride, and to carry your nation's spirit forward with confidence and honor. Your path in sports holds tremendous possibility, and we are here to support and uplift you every step of the way.
The Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games were set to be relaunched in the summer of 2025. Due to extenuating circumstances, the host community of Norway House Cree Nation chose to postpone the events.
And I want to take a moment to acknowledge why these games were postponed in 2025. The wildfires that impacted northern Manitoba were devastating. And during that time, Norway House Cree Nation and Saugeen Anishinaabe Nation did what nations always do. They stepped up to support evacuees and community members in need. That decision showed the leadership, the compassion, and responsibility that is embedded in that leadership. Today, it is important to recognize that those same nations are now ready to welcome thousands of youth with open arms into their nations. I acknowledge the leadership of Norway House Cree Nation in hosting from July 8th to the 12th of 2026, and Saugeen Anishinaabe First Nation for hosting from August 10th to the 15th.
Chief Larson Anderson of Norway House was happy to assist the neighboring communities directly impacted by wildfires.
Last year, it was quite interesting. We had everything set up, we had all planned out, and we were ready to go. But the people that surrounded our nation had issues with a forest fire. And so, for the courtesy from Norway House, we postponed the games with the agreement with Sagging. We were actually quite unique in our circumstances, where the fire was all around us. Our neighbor to the north of us came with a few evacuees, I was told, but to expect 1,000 people from Cross Lake to Michikamak, we counted 4,500. But it's my amazing people in Norway House made it all work out. Thank you.
The Manitoba Indigenous Summer Games are made possible by community partners and sponsors coming together to invest in Indigenous youth.
One of the most important things about these games is bringing together sponsors, people that are willing to help us host and plan out a spectacular games, not only in Norway House but in Sagging. We were able to attract some real significant investment in Sagging from the corporate sector for our games. We had Johnson's Group, we had CN Rail, we had Payworks. Some of the largest corporations in Manitoba have agreed to sponsor the games in Sagging, which we are so appreciated and appreciative of the support that we got from the private sector. But also, too, it's important that we acknowledge our lead organizations, political organizations in Manitoba, like Southern Chiefs, who have given us a generous donation as well. Assembly Manitoba Chiefs for their support with us in media relations and connecting with different powers that will help us to plan and execute the games. So I thank you all for being here. Province of Manitoba has contributed a large portion of money towards our track in the community. In the community, we're getting ready for the games. We've been getting ready for the games now for almost a year and a half. We built a regulation-sized track, a brand new track that's going to be a legacy asset, recreational asset for the community. We can host regulation track and field meets there now with the track that we built. It's a fully asphalted track, regulation size.
With the help of MKO as well as the Manitoba government, we were able to build a couple of things that will help our games to be successful. I also want to thank Sonny Albert, who's been instrumental in the development and attracting these events or this summer games into Manitoba, into Norway House.
By investing in the games, community partners and sponsors are also helping to secure a brighter future for the host communities.
As you bring in and welcome visitors to your community, there's an economic and a positive impact to your communities that you'll see for the foreseeable future, which is great. Because I'm not sharing any secrets here when you talk about the proud things that are happening in your nations, and now being able to showcase that to quite honestly the world. And we are going to see that on full display. So I do want to commend you for the work. I want to commend our young people for being able to stand here. It's not easy to be able to stand here and share to the media, to the public, and you're doing a fantastic job. And I think there's a place for all of us all the time. And sometimes these spaces that we're, and when I say we, again, I'm talking about being an Anishinaabe as well. There's spaces that were never really meant for us, and we're making those inroads. We're getting there. We're being able to not only bridge a lot of significant gaps, but being able to do that in a good way.
Sports and recreation are vital to building healthy and confident youth in Indigenous communities, making the impact of the Manitoba Indigenous Summer Games significant and far-reaching.
At the Southern Chiefs Organization, we believe deeply that movement is medicine. Sport and physical activity are medicine, and they are powerful tools for supporting physical health, mental wellness, confidence, and leadership. These games align perfectly with our Movement is Medicine campaign. Because when our youth are active, connected, and supported, our nations are stronger. All of Manitoba is stronger.
Manitoba Inidgneous Summer Games represents a possibility and opportunity for our young people. For many athletes, this will be their first major competition and their first time wearing their community colors with pride. These games create a safe space for confidence, discipline, teamwork, and belief. The belief that they are capable and that their efforts matter. The sports teach our youth that they belong. And it's about building memories that last far beyond what it actually means to be a part of these games. So I want to say thank you to Chief Larson Anderson and Chief E.J. Fontaine for what you're doing for our young people and having these games for Manitoba. As was previously mentioned, this is very important to our province, and we recognize your leadership, your strong leadership in bringing forward these games for our young people.